Hello, guys! Welcome back. Hello, Sanya. Hello, Jess. And hello, people in the live chat. How have
Hey,
you been since we last talked, Jess?
very good. Enjoying the hot weather that London has to offer right now.
And you, Sanya? How has it been for you?
Very well. Waiting for my vacation to to officially start. So yeah, also enjoying the weather. But this weather will be even better on the seaside. So can't
Mm-hmm.
wait for that. And you, Clara?
Oh, I've been nice. I've been really good. If everything goes as planned, I'm going to Georgia next week, so I'm very, very excited about that. And
Great.
let's see who is in the live chat at the moment. Hello, Ray Bailey. Nice to see you here. We will talk about Monoskin and Glastonbury in a second. Hello, Leaf Fern. We have also Alexander Pagels. And we have Joanne Johnson. Yeah, you're saying hello here. Hi. So maybe we can just. Oh, and so many more people. We have Beck Fitz, hi all, hi to you. And we have ESC Manga and JC Kuiper. Kuiper. I always forget. You always tell me that I say it right, but I forget. And we have Euro Vibes by Maria,
Oh,
hi. And we have also Twonk, hello, and eSpot Podcast. Hi, Renata
Ooh.
here in USA. Hello, Renata. Thank you for watching. But let's go back to the first comment. Um, right, Bailey, you saw Måneskin. They were incredible at Glastonbury. I agree because I've seen one of the videos that the BBC Music Instagram channel put up, and that made me want to go to the YouTube channel and I watch I Want to Be Your Slave, which is the performance they have uploaded there, and they were really great. They were really great, and you are all agreeing. Lee Fern, yes, apparently Måneskin were absolutely fantastic. And Alexander Pagels, you said you saw them in Copenhagen last month and they
Ooh.
smashed it. Lee Fern says there's nothing Måneskin cannot do. They're fabulous. Have you girls seen Måneskin outside Eurovision, or have you been following their career, Sanya and Yes?
I've never seen them live, but I've seen performances online of various shows they've done over the years, and I've seen them when they performed in the US for the first time and things like this on YouTube, but never seen them live.
yeah, me
Yeah.
neither. And I would like to see them live because I haven't still watched this performance from Glastonbury. But after this live, I'm gonna go and check what's that special about it. But I have no doubts that they were great because they always deliver live.
Mhm. Yeah, I think what was special is their energy and how like in sync they are together and how they're all so sexy and charismatic and well, we saw it in Eurovision, but this is maybe less staged than Eurovision, so it's more raw, it's more real, it's more them, and that's amazing because it's like very similar. Their personalities are very similar to the ones displayed in Eurovision, so that is it's very engaging.
And they have
Um,
great chemistry between themselves on stage, so that's always entertaining to watch.
mhm.
So yeah.
And Joanne Johnson, you saw Måneskin too at Glastonbury. They were great. I shall see Elton John later. Oh, that's so cool. By the way, happy Pride Month and or Pride Months, because some countries is in June and some countries is in July. So I hope you guys are celebrating. Let's see. I wonder how many people in the audience knew they actually won
Mhm.
Eurovision just 2 years ago. I'm guessing not that many. Jess.
I mean, I would assume that a lot of the international people that know Måneskin probably know them from Eurovision. So
Mhm.
it's possible there could be, a decent amount of people there that did know them from Eurovision, but probably not a huge amount considering how many people were actually there watching them at Glastonbury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's cute. It's interesting to see how Eurovision was the trampoline to stardom, complete stardom. They were really big in Italy before, but definitely Eurovision changed their whole music path or fame path. So that's always very interesting. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, right, Bailey. You were relaxing at the pool with cocktails.
Not
The
bad.
best way to relax.
Nice.
Which cocktails did you have?
Mm-hmm. Is it? I don't know about you girls, but here in Latvia, these past 3 days have been like a bank holiday for Midsummer. It's called Ligo. Do you celebrate Midsummer where you are?
Nope. It's not really
No.
a thing anywhere in the UK, I don't think.
This is so interesting. Okay, let's see, Beckfist. Are Sweden doing something about the prices of hotels during Eurovision? In Dublin, prices are 999 euros a night when Taylor Swift is performing there next year.
Well,
My bank account is crying. Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
I'm still hoping for Gothenburg just because of that, and so we can all save money from Malmo.
Oh, yes.
well, I did read somewhere a while back. I don't know whether it's true or confirmed, but I read that I guess the Swedish government or like the council of the city where Eurovision is are planning to come up with some kind of like a plan to stabilize like hotel prices, accommodation prices, and to try and stop like people or companies from overcharging. So let's see if that actually turns out to be true.
Yeah, I know some people already booked their accommodation for like the whole May for the 3 cities or something, so they can have it booked and they can cancel it for free. So maybe that's the smart option, to have something like prepared. But I know that last year some people got notified later that their accommodation is cancelled, and that can also happen. But yeah, maybe that's smart strategy to book everything for the whole May.
Ciao, yeah, ciao to everyone. eSpot Podcast says, I went to a midsummer party yesterday at a Nordic restaurant in Washington, D.C. It was fun. I won the karaoke contest by singing in Finnish. Thank you, UMK.
Cool.
Oh, that's like a great way to celebrate midsummer. What song did you sing in Finnish? Did you sing Karja? Because it sounds like you sang Karja. We have a good question from Lee Fern, sorry. What do you think about Sweden thinking about building a temporary arena in Stockholm if Stockholm wins the bid? I don't think they need one, do they? If France isn't available, then there's always Globen again. You're nodding yes, so take it away.
I pretty much agree. Sweden has lots of big cities with lots of good arenas. And so I don't see the point in the taxpayer spending their money to build an arena just for one event when they could easily host it in another arena available somewhere else in the country. And, if Stockholm doesn't get Eurovision, then it doesn't get Eurovision. They've still got other cities that have venues already there available for Eurovision. And I think that would be the better option, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. We have a comment saying that Globen Arena is up for renovation. So, and that it might not be available for next year. So, I think I think that building an arena on purpose for Eurovision when there's other options, maybe not in Stockholm, but it doesn't have to be in Stockholm. We've already been in Stockholm, and I would personally love to see another place. Malmö, I know we've already been to Malmö, but still it's less visited for me personally than Stockholm. So I don't know. Sanja, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I already said that my favorite is Gothenburg because I have friends there. So yeah, that's the best option for me. But I don't know, maybe I've heard that Swedish people wanted it to be in Stockholm and in Friends Arena, so they can have the biggest Eurovision ever. So now we know that isn't going to happen. So maybe they can just go for the, I don't know, I don't see the point also, as just said, in building a new arena when they already have one, or not only one, but more than one. They although want to like build the arena and then transform it to something else and use it again. So they want to make like a sustainable arena, but yeah, we discussed that on the last live. I'm still not sure if that's smart enough. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I agree. We have ESC Harman. Hello. Ray Bailey, the Eurovision song he wrote is a power ballad, and he's giving you some homework. Yes, you will be the back singer.
I gladly accept your proposal to be backing singer.
Okay, what are you guys saying? Mr. System, 3 beautiful girls.
Thank you.
Also, a lot of beauty I see in the live chat. Victor, you say, I hope when Karlstad gets invited for Eurovision, they even build a new arena for that. Nice. Liefern, I don't think Stockholm will get it, bearing in mind we haven't been to a capital since 2018. The EBU seems to not pick capitals these days, which I think it's a good idea, a good thing. It enables other cities to be showcased all over the world. I agree. What do you girls think about giving other cities the opportunity to be presented to the world, as Liefern has very well put it?
I mean, I guess if you take maybe like the UK, for example, and the capital London already gets a lot of tourists. It's already a huge, big city. So having it outside of London in that case would be perfect to showcase the rest of the country. And I think there's a lot of other European countries where that would definitely be very beneficial to the country, where they have so many other great cities across, and the capital's already like kind of burdened with tourists already. But in some other countries, I think realistically the only option is the capital city, like with maybe like Iceland or Azerbaijan, for example.
Yeah, talking about Azerbaijan, Richard says Baku built arena to host for Eurovision in 2012 after the biggest stars had concerts there, from Shakira to Rihanna. And yeah, that's a point. But however, I think the way Baku did it was also quite controversial, removing people from their living space before. So if we could avoid that or have like something more sustainable, it would be perfect. Like I don't see the need to even build this arena, this convertible arena in Stockholm, if there's also chances for other cities that already have arenas there. So I honestly don't see the point with having the Eurovision in Stockholm next year. Peter says, let's continue with the trend when capital city is not hosting. Let's make it 5 years in a row. Yeah, I agree. And eSpot podcast, you sang Kohtalon Oma by Chisu. They didn't have Cha Cha Cha.
Oh. When you mentioned Cha Cha Cha, I saw a few days ago on that Greek TV show, Med VMA Awards, that Stefania and Kalamira sang Cha Cha Cha.
Really?
I was really surprised by that, but yeah.
Oh, I need to watch that video.
Yeah. And it's a little bit weird. You'll see. I won't spoil it to you, but at one point it gets a little bit weird with the choreography, and you'll see. Guys, check that out.
No spoilers then. Nice.
And you should also check out Eleni Ferreira and Helena Paparizou singing Fuego.
That I've seen. That I've seen. That was amazing. It was legendary. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, this is a good question. Why do you guys think that Madonna was the only big star invited to Eurovision? Is that because they were too expensive too? Well, what I know is that Madonna was invited by an Israeli millionaire or some very wealthy Israeli entity or person paid for her for the whole her whole Eurovision journey. So I think Well, Justin Timberlake was also in Sweden as an interval act in Sweden.
And this year, Rita Ora, I mean,
and
she's
Rita
also
Ora.
quite big. Maybe not as Madonna, but she's also a big star.
Yeah, I think it depends on like the financial situation also to have big stars. So in the case of Madonna, it was because there was someone else also backing that performance. So it wasn't money from the EBU, or it wasn't money, I guess, from the Israeli taxpayers there.
I think I prefer, like this year we had previous Eurovision stars from previous years, and some of them gone really, like some of them became even bigger stars after Eurovision. So maybe for next year, I don't know, let's invite Eurovision stars again and make it about Eurovision and not about some big pop stars or something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like to keep it in the family.
I literally was thinking about this sentence. Like I was thinking, yeah, let's keep it in the family. Wow, you've read my mind, Tanya. You've read my mind.
I mean, I'm a psychologist. I can do it, apparently.
Okay. Peter says, Eurovision in London would be a little weird. Same goes to Rome and Berlin. That is true. And what an awesome Eurovision we had in Liverpool. Because it was the right size and the right flow of people, the venue, the Euro Club, the press center were all in like somewhat same distance, or definitely in the same district.
Yeah.
So for me, I think personally, that was really comfortable, and that was one of the greatest Eurovisions that I experienced as press.
Me
I don't know
too.
about you girls.
Yeah, I think Eurovision works better in a smaller city when things are a lot more accessible, and you don't have to spend a long time and a lot of money getting from one place to the other. And I would agree, Liverpool was the perfect place to achieve that. Everything was so centralized and it was so easy to get around, and everything was so close to each other. It was brilliant, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you could feel the Eurovision spirit in the whole town, and it was not too crowded, even though there were many people there. But it was quite okay in big cities, capital cities. I think maybe it can be too crowded when hundreds and thousands of Eurovision fans come.
Unscripted says, I think Stockholm is 100% getting chosen. Malmö is not getting it as the reason I mentioned, because I think the arena is taken. Gothenburg can't have it, and the city with 300 can have it. Stockholm is not a tourist town. Leaf Fern says, give it to
I agree.
Yes, let's go. I agree. Let's go there, because that's definitely we will learn how to pronounce Arnoldsky. Right, Bailey, North Macedonia and Montenegro back next year. Is this confirmation or this is a wish? Oh, fingers crossed. Yes.
I'm assuming it's a wish.
Yes.
But if it's not, then I'm very happy to see them back.
Yeah, I think it must be like a wish so far, because everyone's on holidays. Very little Eurovision announcements. So, Victor, I just hope our tax money will be spent well. Love Eurovision, but SVT has burned a lot of money into the starting of adding LOREEN. Matt says, Cha 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 got number 6 in the UK music chart. I thought it was amazing. That's so cool. How are things going on the UK music chart when it comes to Eurovision?
I probably should know this coming from the UK.
Sorry.
But I know that there is still Eurovision in the charts. LOREEN is still in the charts, but I don't know which position. And I think May Muller's still in the chart somewhere. But other than that, I don't actually know.
Interesting. Sanya, is in Croatia, are Eurovision artists charting in Croatia?
They were charting after Eurovision, many of them, LOREEN and Cha 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 for sure, and also some others, but I'm not sure if they are still trending now. I'm not sure.
eSpot podcast. Justin Timberlake was invited because his song was by Max Martin, and Max Martin is a Swedish producer, so that makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Mark Booker answering. Okay, yeah. Hi, ladies. Hope you are well. Where is Andy? Andy is on his day off, and I think he's hanging out with his family. So we take turns, and I won't be on the next live. That probably will happen on Wednesday. So whenever one of us is free, like we do the live, and if someone is busy, they don't. So there's a spreadsheet. Eurovoxx works through a spreadsheet at the moment. So
They're well organized.
we try to be. Unscripted. The Nordics don't have a huge choice. If it in Nordic, it's almost 100% going to capital. The Nordics don't have the tourist London, have Paris, etc. So the capital don't get much attention. I would say that is true. I would
To
say
a
that.
certain extent.
But wouldn't it be so cool for us to discover a city that we don't know? For me, that the Eurovision happened in Liverpool was amazing because I had never been there, so this was a great opportunity. I had been, for example, in Lisbon before it happened there, so it was exciting, but I knew what I was going to see. I had never been to Tel Aviv, I had never been to Rotterdam, and I had never been to Torino. So I love being able to discover new cities because of Eurovision.
Me too. And whichever city hosts in Sweden will be a new one for me. So I'm excited.
Yeah, because also Junior Eurovision, the ones I've been, were in what was it in Poland? Gliwice.
Gliwice.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's any other way that I would have ended up in Gliwice if it wouldn't have been for Eurovision, for Junior Eurovision. So this is like the beauty and the magic of Eurovision.
Eurovision is great touristic potential for the countries.
Yeah. Because, for example, I had already been in Paris, and Junior Eurovision was in Paris like 2 years ago, or I think
2021. Yeah.
Yes, so it was great, but I had already been in Paris before many times. So I like that Eurovision gives the opportunity to show these little cute cities that we fall in love completely. Lee Fern says, Tattoo is still 11th in the UK, top 40, which is amazing after 6 weeks.
Wow.
And top 10 still in some other parts of Europe. Unscripted says the next year the capitals are gonna come back. Well, we can ask Neta if she agrees, then we know it's not going to happen. Backfeeds, but surely Eurovision in a place like Paris or London, for example, can still thrive. Yeah, like it's not going to decrease for sure. It's just that maybe the spirit is slightly different. I don't know. Like in Lisbon, for example, I remember that if you went to the old town of you didn't know it was Eurovision happening like in the other side of the city. So I don't know if it would be the same or not.
I mean, for me personally, I think a city like London or Paris is too big and too busy for something like Eurovision. And I feel like there could potentially be a lot of things really spread out across the city. And you could be in one part of the city and not have any idea Eurovision's happening. And then either they would focus on one tiny bit of the city or everything would be spread out. And personally, I don't think it would work. And also, I think capitals tend to be more pricier than smaller cities in the country. So again, it could be more costly for the fans traveling there and the press.
Can you hear that? It's my bank account crying at the idea of another capital. Gingerbread, hi girls, falling asleep with you. I hope that doesn't mean we're making you sleepy. No, but and well, you are getting serenaded by your beautiful voices. We will put you to sleep, and I hope the dreams you get are very good dreams.
Eurovision related.
Yeah, Eurovision related, yes, definitely. Unscripted. Stockholm also is small, so Liverpool, Rotterdam is bigger than Stockholm, actually. Oh, that's very interesting.
I didn't know that.
Malmo is not happening either because last time they hosted, they lost money since people stayed in Copenhagen. So Denmark actually got most of the money last time. I don't think SVT want to lose money.
I didn't know that.
I've heard that theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Copenhagen is quite close with train. You can go there, and it's also a beautiful town. I visited Copenhagen a few years ago, and I guess people just wanted to explore Copenhagen being so close. So yeah, that's maybe a downside of Malmo getting chosen.
But that also is very indicative of the price system or like the level of prices. Yeah, for example, as I said before, Eurovision, when it happened in Copenhagen, the vibe for me was different. Like it was, there were more things going in the city apart from Eurovision. So it wasn't, the whole city wasn't focused exactly on this event. And
it needs to be focused on Eurovision only.
Exactly, Eurovision only. Ray Bailey says, you still listen to I Wrote a Song. What are, girls, actually, let me know, what are the songs you're still listening to, Sanya?
Definitely, I wrote a song, and actually, I actually attend after Eurovision. I need like a break from Eurovision, so I listen to the Eurovision artist, but their discography. So I listen to May Miller a lot, and I love her, and she's also announced album for I think September. So her definitely. I still listen to Joker Out. They're doing the big tour in the region in Croatia, Serbia. It gets sold out in like hours.
Nice.
Yeah, in Zagreb they have sold I think 2 shows in Belgrade, in Novi Sad. So yeah, they're great. And I don't know, Marco Mengoni, of course. I don't know. I'm like discovering their discography. I listen to Marco Mengoni's album too, not necessarily only Due Vita, because we need to discover more music. And Alessandra, I see Peter is mentioning Queen of Kings. Alessandra also has a new song, Pretty Devil. It's also quite cool.
Jess, what songs do you keep listening to?
At the moment, it's Aya Aya. It's also Promise by Voyager, Tuto Tuto, and Because of You. Those are probably the 4, and also Queen of Kings. Those 5 are the ones that I listen to the most at the moment.
You, Clara?
Me, I listen to 3. Well, I've added 3 to my regular playlist that has some Eurovision songs, but it's mostly not about Eurovision. So I have Karia for sure, Cha Cha. Queen of Kings, I love that song. It's grown on me since Eurovision. And Noah Kirel Unicorn because of the dance break, the break with the music. The music, like the instrumental, is crazy. I go walk down the street and I'm hearing, "You want to see me dance? You want to see me dance?" And then like, and one shoulder always goes like, and then I hope like nobody has seen this. But let's see what you guys are saying. Which ones? Ooh, so many comments. Are you saying you still listen to? Queen of Kings, Cha Cha Cha, Unicorn, and Carpe Diem. Ooh. Mark Bogart, Tattoo All the Time, and Unicorn. Twonk, Azerbaijan, San Marino, Lithuania, and Estonia grew on you, and you've been listening to their songs more often after the contest. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go up because I went down the live chat to see what you guys were saying. Fab S. So great to keep discussing Eurovision with you. Thank you for this live.
Thank you for being here with us.
Yes, and wanting to keep on discussing about Eurovision because Eurovision is a yearly thing. It's like going to the gym. You just don't go 1 month. You go the whole year. You commit to something. We're committed to Eurovision. We're committed the whole year.
Yes, we are your gym membership.
I love that. I don't know. Unscripted. As a Norwegian, Stockholm and also Oslo doesn't have that much tourists. Oh, you have ESC flop. I've got a question. What do you guys think the logo for next year will look like? Interesting.
Maybe something like very sleek and like
Minimalistic.
professional looking. Yeah, like very Swedish looking, if that's a way to say it.
IKEA.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
they keep yellow and blue again, like the theme colors, because of the flag and IKEA.
They will create a package, send it to us, and they will tell us to do it ourselves.
maybe the theme would be like create your own, and then everyone just has an IKEA package and you create your own logo, your own theme, your own stage.
I like that. I like where this is going.
Yeah, last year we had the Bailey's cocktails in Media Center. Next year we'll have to build our chairs and desks in Media Center.
Right, Bailey, are you going to Nice for Junior Eurovision?
If my bank account will allow me, then yes.
I think that's the general consensus here. But like my bank accounts primarily focus in Sweden.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, mine too.
Mark Bugard, LOREEN was amazing on Germany Next Top Model, still in the UK chart and number 11 after 6 weeks. Amazing, and finally deserves the recognition. It's been a long time, as LOREEN is amazing. Yeah, I did see her performance in Germany's Next Top Model. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Different. Eurovision would be gulped up, so to speak, in a very big capital city.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Fab Tattoo gets good airplay on French radio station. It's top 30, and LOREEN has been invited on French TV talk shows. It's unusual enough to be noted. It sounds like it's definitely. Move Taylor Swift's concert to Gothenburg, and then we go to Stockholm. Let's start a petition. The very interesting thing is that I bet, personally, speaking from experience, a lot of Taylor Swift fans, European fans, are also Eurovision fans. So it's like a clash. Your favorite things are coming to the same country
in the same month.
In the same month. How can you bear this?
But
imagine
if Eurovision came to a different city and it was on the same day as Taylor Swift.
And imagine being a Taylor Swift fan and because of our bank accounts situation, needing to choose between seeing your favorite artist or Eurovision. I mean, I couldn't handle this.
I've chosen Eurovision over Taylor Swift. So you know.
At this point in time, I'm glad I'm not a Taylor Swift fan.
We can't be friends anymore. I'm joking.
I'm sorry, we're never ever getting back together.
Oh no! This is such a cruel summer. Such a cruel summer. Sorry, where is this? Is so much fun. A ver. The Nordics have such a small population. Liverpool, Rotterdam, Lisbon. It was bigger than the capital, so Liverpool and Sweden. Sweden would have been like having Eurovision in London. Chaos. Okay. ESC Manga Tattoo is the most listened in Turkey. That is so cool. Turkey, please come back. I know ESC Manga is not up to you. If it was up to you, Turkey would be here already. But please, we miss you. Gingerbread. No, it's just late for you. Okay. Benny Call. Eurovision songs have been doing extremely well this year, with Tattoo approaching 160 million, Cha 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 passing 8 million, and Queen of Kings approaching 90 million streams. Those are great numbers for Eurovision artists. Joseph Benito. Hi, everyone. Taylor Swift is playing the third weekend in May on Friends Arena, so I wonder if they can have ESC first on the second weekend in May. Go ahead, Jess.
I think the first weekend would be too early because then everybody would essentially, all rehearsals and everything would be happening at the end of April. So I think, but maybe the second week could potentially work, but I don't know. Would there be enough time after Eurovision to get rid of the stage and set up the staging for Taylor Swift? I don't know how much time would be needed for that.
That's really true. And all of the pre-parties going on, there were more pre-parties this year than any other year. So I can also keep seeing the pre-parties numbering up. So maybe
I'm still hoping someone will organize. I think it exists somewhere, but an Eurovision after party, because we need that for the summer.
Yes.
No one is organizing nothing in the summer.
Poland organized something last July.
Really?
In Warsaw that I went there, and there was a few interviews I did for Eurovoxx on the Eurovoxx channel in July. But I don't think it's happening again this summer. But that was a good continuation, and I agree that we need after parties. We need a lot of after parties to keep surviving, to keep our Eurovision supply fresh.
Or
Someone
maybe
needs
we
to
could
organize
be
it, for example, in Croatia or Malta on the coast, Greece.
somewhere cheap.
I don't know.
Somewhere cheap and sunny.
Somewhere cheap and sunny.
Sounds
Eurovoxx,
like a dream.
Tonk is saying Eurovoxx should organize it. Let's do it.
Yes, Box rocks.
Box rocks. That
Ooh.
has been a secret plan for a very long time. Box rocks. Easy Flop, you still listen to I Wrote a Song, and you say that looked like it's so good. So good.
And so underrated.
Yeah. Bakur listens to Who the Hell is Edgar? And Peter Hajduk says, by the way, Barcelona party got postponed from March 2 weeks later, so 5th April. Maybe another city will start the Eurovision pre-parties. Interesting. Victor, Eurovoxx, don't forget Loreen and the Finnish guy are the best of friends. Eurovision sent the wrong message of them. Sadly, both did get tons of hate, sadly. Yeah, they're really good friends, or they do respect a lot each other. I don't think we ever questioned that. I think it was more the fandom.
Yeah, it's the fans. You stole my words this time, because if you're a fan of Loreen, you don't need to hate Karja. It's not a, it's not necessary. Yeah, you can just love Loreen and like Karja. It's also a good option. But fans are always so divided, and they want that rivalry.
Yeah, they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Excluding. Sorry, they are not mutually excluding. You can like both. Bakur is listening to Who the Hell is Edgar, Tattoo, Queen of Kings, Because of You, Blood and Glitter. Blood and Glitter also is there not on my playlist, but because I like similar styles, the automatic algorithm suggests Blood and Glitter very often. Oh, Bakur, this is a very interesting idea. 50 years of ABBA.
That would be cool.
That's a very smart idea. You're hired. Alexander Pagels, as a Dane, I'm hoping for Malmö purely as I'd be no more than 30-40 minutes away from there. I wouldn't mind Malmö. I've never been there, to be honest. Twang says, I think it'll be something to do with nature. Or maybe a meatball. Riot, if Iceland ever wins, on one hand, it's too small to accommodate all of the guests in Reykjavik, but on the other hand, I think it may be the most beautiful location.
For sure.
I could see that. But then, who would get chosen to go to Iceland? Probably the tickets would be so ridiculously expensive that the most privileged would be the one going there. So let's see. More. Did you know that both Malmö and Stockholm were announced as host cities on July 8th when they last hosted? I did not know this. So maybe go, Jess.
Oh, well, I think I was going to say the same as you. Maybe in a week or two, if the prediction is going to carry on, then maybe they'll keep the tradition.
And do you know what also happens on the 8th of July? It's Andy's birthday.
I knew that.
I was thinking of something Sweden related.
It's still Eurovision related. It's Andy's birthday. So guys in the live chat, write it down. 8th of July is also Andy's birthday, so you can send him a nice message. Different. They cancelled Olimu's concert at the M&S Arena so they could host Eurovision, so it does happen. Yeah, but Olimu's
compared to Taylor Swift
is, yeah, I'm not really sure if, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not impossible, but very unlikely.
But also, I think someone mentioned on the live chat on Wednesday that it's her only date in the whole Scandinavia, not only in Sweden. But so I highly doubt that will happen. That they will cancel it.
Right, Bailey. Taylor Swift is terrible. Back seats. There must be an overlap of Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Eurovision fans trying to get tickets. Yeah.
Not a good year to be a Euro fan.
Yeah, definitely. See that? There's a chorus of bank accounts crying now. It's not only mine. Ray Bailey, Taylor Swift is not terrible, but certainly is overrated. I still don't get her phenomena. Personally, I think it's because she writes in such a specific way. Like her messages or her lyrics are so specific that everything is kind of relatable to like a broader audience. So, but that's what I think. Fabes, Clara, do you know what the follow-up has been in Spanish media for Blanca Paloma post-Eurovision? I know there's an album coming out, but personally, I haven't been in Spain since March or April. Since April, I have my calendar above my computer, so I was looking. Haven't been in Spain since April. I'm currently in Latvia, so I don't really know. I haven't been following much about Blanca Paloma, but maybe girls, you know more about.
I know she signed for Universal, so that's a good career like kickstart for her. But I don't know about Spanish media and the follow-up.
Yeah, I've got nothing, I'm afraid.
But you're not Spanish. You're not reading the Spanish newspaper, yes?
Don't tell my secret.
You wanna know my secret? Bang, bang, yeah, Harry would be so proud about this one. Harry is our jokester. He's the one that makes all of the puns.
Best puns.
Best puns of Eurovoxx. But I maybe can answer that question next month, as I am going to Spain for like a month to see my family. And probably I can research a little bit more about Blanca Paloma. This is a comment you mentioned that we should organize the after party. We would love it. We would love it. There is a Eurovision weekend in Prague. Oh, nice.
There is.
Joseph Benito is confirming there is a Eurovision weekend in Prague, I believe in July, but I don't know which weekend. And Eurovision weekend is in Prague next month. Dates. Now we need dates. Thank you for confirming so many people, but now we need the dates. Liefern. Eurovision started in March 1956, then April, and Etna in May. So in a few years, Eurovision will no doubt be in the summer, and then in a few decades at Christmas. I think Junior Eurovision has already Christmas covered, but maybe Eurovision is doesn't last long enough as hours per show, and they can do first Eurovision and then following Junior Eurovision. So it's like a 24-hour marathon.
Oh my goodness.
We wouldn't sleep, Jess. That would be fantastic. We would all go super crazy for the lack of sleep.
Yeah, that sounds like an experience.
ESC Flop, I hope you don't listen to the live version of it. I'm not sure which one you're saying. If it's Taylor Swift, I agree. Her live is not that good as her recorded songs. Bukur, they are not friends when Kari encourages fans to boo her at his concert. Is this true?
I saw the video. It was on his concert in Tallinn. He asked the audience, have you watched Eurovision? And they said, yeah. And after that, he mentioned that he hasn't watched it after. And after that, he asked them, and what do you think about LOREEN? And they started to like boo. So, and then the video cuts there. So I don't know if he encouraged it or not, but the fans like were booing to LOREEN mentioned.
Well, yeah, then that's sort of fabricated, I don't know, this is hard to tell. It's hard to tell when we don't have the full story, and I think we can't really judge an event by some 30 seconds of a video where we don't know the full story or what his full intentions were. I think this didn't happen when I was growing up. Like when we were growing up, like people were more mindful of the versions of the story. Internet was new, so we were all very suspicious about, is this true? Is this fake news? How manipulated this is? So I think nowadays this optics have become everything. So interesting. I would like be more mindful about this, and I would be, or like it's common sense to get your own conclusions and not like follow what you see in a video and think that's the only spin of reality. But talking about that, Karia didn't watch his show. Does anyone else rewatch the shows after they've ended?
Yeah.
I
mean, not straight away, but like in the future, I'll watch back previous Eurovisions. Normally just the finals. I'm not so interested in the semis, but yeah, I will watch back Eurovisions. Do you guys not do that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I plan on watching the whole. I never watched all years of Eurovision, and I found it somewhere on YouTube, and I need to to watch them all. So maybe
from the beginning.
Then, from.
Wow.
I mean, they don't have the first year. They don't have the whole version, but someone made some video that resembles how it was, and I think they don't have 2 years, but they made something up. But every other Eurovision is available to we can watch it on YouTube. So yeah, maybe that's the good thing to do.
Yeah. Personally, I haven't watched the full. I don't think I've watched the full run from this year, but I've watched many of the performance on YouTube. Like I just typed the name of the artist and performer, and then that. I've watched Blood and Glitter a lot. I've watched Karia. I've watched LOREEN. I've watched King and Queen, Queen of Kings, and I've watched Unicorn a lot. And I don't know, I've watched a few, but I haven't sat and watched the full show. I always wait, as you said, just a bit of time, maybe a month or two, and then I sit and watch the full run of the show. And when I was younger, when I was still like a teenager living at home with my parents, and we had VHS, my dad used to record the Eurovision on a VHS.
I used to do that too.
Yeah. And then I would instantly, after Eurovision was over, like the next day, like we watch it, and then we watch it for like a few weeks straight. But because life was boring, and I was still in school, so no social life whatsoever. ESC eSpot podcast. I am convinced a lot of the Karia versus LOREEN fandom drama is actually created by trolls who are fans of neither, just trying to get engagement and make chaos between fans. I could see that happening. ESC manga, you wish Gladiator, Rumba, and Nesreka were also in
Nesrecha.
Nesrecha. Yeah. Oh. Actually, Sanya, you can tell us about your experience at Dora this year. You can have your moment. Because guys, I'm not sure you know, but do you know the song Nevera?
If you remember the song Nevera, there's a familiar name in the author's team, and that's me. I co-wrote the lyrics of the songs with two of my friends who are also Eurovision fans from Croatia. So yeah, and it's actually nominated for OGEA Second Chance Contest. So I can't wait to see. Yeah. I can't wait to see how what position we get there. But I'm so thankful that we are nominated here. So yeah, guys, stream Nevera.
Definitely. I'm so excited about this. I didn't know. Congratulations,
yeah. Thank you.
Did you put it in the Eurovoxx chat? Then I'm paying more
I
attention.
don't think so. I forgot about it. I was so overwhelmed by the information that I forgot to share it. Sorry, I'll post it.
Well, we have an exclusive then.
Hey.
Sorry, I got very excited about this and I've missed the where was I? Yes. Riyad, I heard that the male part of ABBA, Benny and Bjorn, don't mind to appear next year, but they don't think that Agneta and Anna would agree. I think too.
Maybe
Right,
they can send their avatars
yeah.
they're using for their what's it called, their tour.
ABBA Voyage.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, maybe they can create avatars of them singing Waterloo.
I would actually.
SPT, please give me a job.
Actually, that would be a good idea. I think that could work. I wouldn't mind seeing that on stage, to be honest. It's not like the whole band is not there and they're all avatars, but like some avatars and some real people.
Avatars, they called.
I think that would be very cool. Right, Bailey, you predict Spain will win next year as a, how do I describe this?
I would love to see that happening.
Me too.
As a chronicle pessimist about Spanish standards, I'm not sure that would happen, but maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. ESC Manga, you already said that Blanca is not on the top 10 this year. I didn't see that. I didn't see such a low result of Spain coming, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought we would place higher.
Yeah, I predicted top 5, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest surprise. One of the biggest surprises this year in the Eurovision.
Definitely, and France also.
And Germany. Jess, do you have any? Which is your biggest surprise?
Probably Spain being last in the televote is. I mean, I know that it was never going to appeal to the masses, but last and 5 points, come on. And Germany last overall as well. Probably those two.
Joseph Benito, maybe Taylor Swift can cancel her date in Stockholm and just play as an interval act at the Eurovision final. Yeah, but I think the Eras tour is such a huge tour that it cannot be condensed in like the 3 minutes.
And all of her fans will want to buy themselves a Eurovision ticket, and it's hard even now to get a ticket. So imagine that happening.
Yeah. But yeah, Giuseppe, in the ideal world, yes, but she's one of the most paid artists in the world, so you doubt it. Lee Fern says Spain and UK back at the top next year. Spain will get 3rd win, and we will get our 17th second place.
Or it would be nice if that was reversed and the UK got their 6th win. I'm manifesting it now.
I wouldn't mind going back to the UK. It was a great Eurovision hosting.
Let's make it happen.
Twonk, you even watched the all national finals.
Oh,
wow, that's really cool.
I've never done that before. I've watched performances, but I've never done anything like that before.
You know where I was going. Fab S. Eurovoxx, what is your favorite entry of all time from each of your own country? Ooh, my favorite. Okay, it's easy. Chanel. Because we have a long history of not sending good things.
Yeah, mine is probably Maria Magdalena. You've seen me in Euroclub, girls.
Yeah.
Singing that song.
Just remuted.
Mine is the UK's entry from 1982 called One Step Further by duo Bardo, which I don't think anyone outside of the UK would know.
No, can you let us know a little bit how it sounds? Because maybe I will recognize it.
Around, I would have been there.
Can you do that again?
One step further and I would have been there.
Oh, it doesn't sound familiar.
I'll send it to you later.
Okay. I really want to, and I'm very curious. Riyad, thank you for supporting Tural and Turan from Azerbaijan, because he said he was still listening to that song. Different. I watch many Eurovisions on YouTube on a night with a few glasses of wine. My favorite contests are from the 80s and 90s. I'm a retro kind of guy, lol. Love those retro scoreboards and the days when all... when I'm not sure if the comment continues. Points from 1 to 12 were announced. Good old days.
I actually found that very time consuming and a bit boring when they used to read out every single point. I'm glad that they switched to just the top 3.
For me, I'm the opposite. I actually liked it because now it just goes so quick, and I love, I'm a very patient person and I like expectation. So I was happy I was happy with the 1 to 12, but I do understand that it can get long, especially with so many countries now, because I don't think we had as many.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't have as many. Mm-hmm. And I like the idea of Liffern with his glass of wine at night watching YouTube. I do the same.
Is it red or white though? What's your
I'm a white
preference?
wine person.
Me too.
Me too. But I like both, and rosé also.
Yes. Yeah. I like from paler to redder. So white, rosé, and red wine. That's my scale.
Yeah.
Alexander Pagels, yes, same. After I watched ESC for the first time in 2005, my grandma recorded the shows on a VHS, and I watched it that summer. She still has the 2008, 9, 11, 12, 13, and 14 shows on VHS too. That is so cool.
Just to answer to Riyad, it's Maria Magdalena by Doris Dragovic from Croatia. I'm bad with years. Was it 1999? Yeah.
I love it when it comes on ESC radio, because then whatever I'm doing, I need to drop it and just pretend I'm singing. Alexander Pickles, kind of samely, I'm doing an 80s and 90s marathon these days, 1991 next. Let me tell you that 1991 was a great year for the whole world. Because these 3 lovely ladies were graced the earth with our presence. Our parents called each other and decided when we're all going to what year to make that year super special. You're all welcome. Eurovoxx wouldn't be the same. The new head of delegation of Spain is the same as from Manel Navarro era, so Spain last place next year. The thing is, Benidorm Fest didn't exist at that point, and there wasn't good, the intentions towards Eurovision were different in Spain. The reputation of Eurovision was not very good. So the amount of money and effort the Spanish television had put those years was really bad. It was really awful, to be honest. The national finals were super embarrassing. I don't even watch that Manel. And I remember watching the Manel Navarro whole scandal going down, and I was like, this is so embarrassing for a Spanish person. So the good thing is, now we have this sort of quality filter, or I'm still hoping that Benidorm Fest still has these quality filters that won't make another Manel Navarro situation happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, Benidorm is now one of the best national finals for me.
I agree.
So,
are you going to come again, Sanya? Because you were there last year.
I hope to come. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, guys, we've been talking for an hour. I just realized.
Oh, time flies.
When you're having fun.
Yes. So I think we're going to have to wrap it up. Maybe I will
wrap it up now, babe.
Okay, let's just go with this last comment from Riyad, who is. Thank you so much, Riyad, for contributing so much in the live chat tonight, and all of you guys that have been writing questions and comments. We really appreciate it. About the Blanca Paloma thing, that's the big decision. Should you remain true to yourself and sing what you feel with your soul, or you have to appeal to the audience? That is a great question.
I think
go, Jess.
I don't think you should change who you are or anything about you just for other people's approval or votes in this case. Stay true to yourself. As long as you're happy and comfortable and you've done the best job you can, in my opinion, that's the most important thing. And if it pays off, great. If it doesn't, at least you know you gave the best representation of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can actually predict what the audience will like. It clicks or it doesn't click. So I think you should stay true to yourself. And about Spain, I've heard just right after the final and right after the 5 points outcome, I've heard our colleagues from Spain in media center talking about how Spain needs to send another channel or something, but I don't necessarily agree that there's a recipe for success. Maybe if you just stay true to yourself, it will pay out sometime at some point. Sometimes it will not, but I don't think we need Spain or any other country needs to stop sending unique entries yeah.
I'm going to answer. I agree with what you guys, girls say for sure. And I watched this morning an interview with Lord of the Lost from Hellfest. They were performing in France, and the interview is like 13 minutes. But one of the questions was, "Are you happy with your Eurovision performance or your Eurovision journey?" And it was the singer and the guitar player. They said, "Obviously, yes." Like, it might not seem like the result is good, but overall it's good because like now their shows have doubled. They've sold out a lot, and their numbers in like listenings, followings, and streams have skyrocketed. So at the end of the day, it's a victory for them. And that's how people like Spain, Blanca Paloma, should see it, and people that may have not charted in the scoreboard as high as they would expect, but the whole journey has definitely been worth it. So it's not to some extent, it's really not about how you place in Eurovision. It's about the opportunity to be seen and win the hearts of more people that will want to keep listening to you. So I think if you keep true to yourself, because how many artists you have performed or like ended in a really good Eurovision result, but we've never heard back from them.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true. And as I mentioned before, Joker Out also, they came in which place? I'm not sure. Was it bottom 5?
Or, 21st, yeah? I think.
But they are selling a lot of shows in XU region and all over the Europe. So I think when you have that memes after football matches, when they say some team won and the other who lost won our hearts. So that also happens sometimes.
That is very true. So girls, I think we're gonna leave it here for tonight. It's been super interesting. We will see each other shortly on our next live. Well, I'm not going to be there, but like probably there will be a next live with you girls coming soon in a few days. So guys, stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for your comments. And girls, it was lovely to see you.
Thank you, guys.
So
Bye.
next time. Bye.
See you.